Have you experienced criticism and rejection in your path to success? I'm telling you, you are not alone. Criticism and rejections are normal parts of life, and those who are aiming for something always encounters lots of those. Hi, I'm Priya Mishra, and welcome back to another episode of Manifest Your Success podcast. Today's very important topic for those who wants to be successful in their life, and rejection and criticism is a challenge for them. They can either make to break your journey, so be sure to have the right understanding of them. Rejection is a horrible experience. It makes us question our competency and self worth. As a result, we either try to ignore it or stop trying. But did you know that remembering rejection can be a helpful and is a productive approach too? It can push us to think of a new ideas, take us down new paths, and keep us humble, open to learning. And I have a suggestion here. You can read a book called Reject Me, I Love It. It's really gonna be very, very helpful. It was amazing book. When I read it, I learned so many things in it. Right. Moving on. Similarly, our critics become our most powerful motivators. They fuel our desire to prove that they are wrong about you. Dealing with criticism and rejection is certainly challenging. Your parents, your friends, others can become your critic. I mean, I'm full for critic if it is healthy. I always keep people who can criticize me rather than praise me always and put me into the wrong path. So if it is healthy, I'm always open for it. But if it is actually gonna put you down and they are trying to impose their own emotion and insecurity on me, it is not fair. They may have the advantage of looking at your problem from a different point of view. But keep in mind that you are the only one who has a unique viewpoint from which to see your dreams' beautiful scenery. You can use your enthusiasm and passion to see things that others can't. Your point of view on your goal is actually important. You should be very proud on what is crucial for you. Their negative remarks reflects their limitation, not yours. To be happy, you must first meet your requirement and limitations. It would help if you changed your behavior if required. Being strong is crucial. It requires expressing our rights, needs, and limits while also considering the rights, conditions, and limitations. When you are strong, you make a delicate and fair point while also having compassion. Setting appropriate limits is a personal freedom exercise. It is getting to know ourselves better and becoming more mindful of our values. Saying no respectfully yet firmly is an essential component of this. This is difficult for many people. We are, after all, social being who enjoys being liked and helpful to others. However, if you say yes to everything, you risk running out of time to do tasks correctly. You also risk missing out on important tasks, leaving you feeling drained or frustrated. It's for better to say no more frequently and focus on your interests. These are the things we will go on in further depth in our upcoming podcast. Imagine the people you know who have actually reached personal and professional success, where they born to successful. How do they make uh, actually, you know, seemingly impossible things look so simple? Walt Disney was dismissed from a newspaper for not being innovative enough. The latter rejected his Mickey Mouse cartoon as being meaningless. Not only was that, but the Three Little Pigs was rejected since it only featured four characters. Today, however, we have a Disney company. Walt chose not to listen to these critics and instead pursued the objections. It is not the chance, instead, they all have one trait: perseverance. The good news is that we all have it. I'm telling you, you have it. All we have to do is now to learn how to use and develop it. It is ability to persevere in the fact of difficulty, learn from it, and reach new heights. And it is what sets the winner apart from the losers. We don't all get victories all the time. Some of the world's most successful people are also the most unsuccessful at time. 12 publishers rejected J.K. Rowling before selling the first Harry Potter novel for a Mayor Pierce. Norman Garmezi works at the University of Minnesota and a development psychologist and physician. He mentions one particular guy who has remained in his mind. This child was 9 years old with the alcoholic mother and an absent father. He would bring two silence of bread of his school every day. It's just two slices of bread. There was no other food accessible at home and no one to prepare it. Carmesi also said that the boy wanted to make sure that no one felt sorrow for him and that no one knew his mother inadequacy. He would come in every day with a smile and the slice of bread folded into his bag. He selected a group of children, including the boy with the bread. He was one of the first of many children identified by Carmesi as succeeding on or even thriving despite difficulties. These were the kids who showed endurance. As the determined by the Gamezi, he is recognized for being the first to investigate the topic in a controlled environment. Kameji actually visited a school all around the country for many years. He focused on children for low income families and followed a set of guidelines. He asked the same question everywhere. Can you identify stress students succeeding in your school? In a 1999 interview, Ramezi stated, after the question, there would be a long wait for an answer. If he had asked, do you have any trouble student at this school, there would have been no time to waste. But this was a different kind of investigation. The investigation into children who were adoptable and decent citizens at a school despite having come from the highly troubled background. That's how we got started. Resilience is a difficult concept to define. We will never know how resilient you are if you are fortunate enough never to face challenge. When confronted with the difficulties, stress, and other environmental problems, resilience becomes apparent. Do you surrender to those factors or do you overcome them? The intended effort to rejection or criticism develops the ability to throw again. As a result, you must stick to the plan and understand your limitations and learn to filter and fight the good form and the bad form. Because the present is what matters, how is highly significant and influential, right? So you need to understand your situation, your way. Be ready for our next podcast. We are going to bring something very unique and we are going to discuss further how these challenges is going to shape you. Thank you for listening and don't forget to like, subscribe and share who needs it. Thank you.